If you're shopping for a condo in downtown Toronto right now with a budget of $400,000 or less, you might be surprised by what's available right now. Inventory is up, prices are down, and there are some strong options at that entry-level price point. In this video, we're going to walk through a few listings that are on the market right now for under $400,000. And I'll break down what's been happening in 2025 compared to the 5 previous years, so that you can see where we are and where we might be heading. My name is Jason Bondy-Sawyer with the Bondy-Sawyer real estate team here in the city of Toronto. Now, I've been a realtor since 2006, and I make educational videos like this one here to help buyers and sellers navigate the Toronto real estate market. If you want to book a call with me to discuss your real estate plans, you can do so using that first link down in the description. If you find this particular video valuable, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so that you see more of our videos in the future. Okay, let's get into it. I want to start by looking at all condo sales under $400,000 in TREB's CO1 and CO8 municipalities. So that takes us as far west as Dufferin, as far east as the DVP, and as far north as Bloor. Now, on the far left of the table, we have the calendar year 2020, and you can see that we had 60 sales in total. Now, 51 of those were studio apartments, and 9 of them actually had a separate bedroom. Now, the lowest sale price of the bunch was $290,000, and the median sale price was $395,000. And if you're not familiar with what the median is, if we were to line up all of the different sale prices next to one another in ascending order, it would be the middle number of the bunch. So if you had numbers 1 to 11 all lined up, the median would be number 6. And the median sale price is important to look at because unlike the average sale price, it's not going to be skewed by a few sales at the very high end or at the very low end of the spectrum. And then to finish things off at the bottom there, the average sale price was almost $387,000. Now, I'll go ahead and dump in all the numbers for 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024. And you can see how things really tightened up there in 2022. There were only 11 sales under $400,000, with only one of those being a one-bedroom condo. And this makes sense, right? We know that at the beginning of 2022, prices were at their peak. That relationship between supply and demand was extremely tight, and so there just weren't as many sales happening under $400,000. Then in 2024, the numbers were actually closer to what we had back in 2021, with almost 4 times as many sales as what we had in either 2022 or 2023. Okay, so now let's look at the numbers that we have for 2025. And remember, at the time of shooting this video, we are not even 6 months into the year. These numbers go up until June 15th, so that's 5.5 months of data. And what's interesting here is that we are almost already where we were for all of 2024 or all of 2021. So we've had almost as many sales as either of those years, with almost as many of them being one-bedroom layouts. And furthermore, the lowest sale price in 2025, $290,000, is back to where it was in 2020. And the median and average sale prices are lower than they've been in any of the 5 years. And like I said, we're not even halfway through the year at this point. Now, of course, there's always some seasonality that we have to take into account when we look at the numbers across an entire calendar year. So to try and account for that a bit here, I'm going to quickly show you the numbers for just the first 5.5 months of all those previous years. So we're comparing the same time frame for each year, January 1st to June 15th. And there you go. With that adjustment made, it's even more apparent that we are in a very unique position here in 2025. And there are notably more options for anyone with a budget of $400,000 or less. Okay, so what do some of these options actually look like? Well, we're going to walk through a few listings right now that are on the market for under $400,000. And we'll start with 33 Lombard Street, number 201. So this is located close to St. Lawrence Market. It's a studio layout, 498 square feet, and it's listed just a bit above $390,000. 33 Lombard Street, if you're not already familiar with it, is known as Spire. The building was registered back in the summer of 2007. So you can see here the building sits at the northwest corner of Church and Adelaide. So it's kitty corner from St. James Park and St. James Cathedral. So you're surrounded by all of that great historic architecture of the St. Lawrence Market area. In terms of public transportation, you're about a 6-minute walk to either the King subway station down at King and Yonge or the Queen subway station up at Queen and Yonge. Okay, so let's take a look at the actual property. Unit 201, as I mentioned earlier, is a 498 square foot studio condo. And that's actually on the larger end of the spectrum when it comes to studio layouts. Although looking at the floor plan here, there is a somewhat separate area for the bed. And some people would even consider this to be what we call a junior one bedroom condo. Now, it faces south onto Adelaide Street. Floor to ceiling windows, which help bring in more light. And there are sliding glass doors here that open up. So you've got a Juliet balcony. Now it's tough to see here in the photos, but you've got a bit of a window here facing west as well. Now I know that this might seem like a tiny detail to highlight, but when you're in a smaller property like this, all of those little features add up. Another one of those features worth mentioning would be the amount of closet space that you get. So you've got space here on the north wall of the bedroom area, and some space here on the south wall as well. Stainless steel appliances and stone countertops in the kitchen, and laminate flooring. The annual property taxes on this property were just a bit over $2,500 in 2024, and the monthly maintenance fees are just a bit over $500. And as far as amenities go, a few of the highlights are 24-hour concierge, a gym, and a rooftop terrace, which I believe is on the 5th floor. Now we head west to 1005 King Street West. And this is located just north of Liberty Village and just south of Trinity Bellwoods Park. It's a studio layout. It's 480 square feet. So again, another sizable footprint for a studio condo. And it's listed for sale just a bit under $390,000. 1005 King Street West is known as DNA 2 or DNA North Tower. And this building was registered in the fall of 2006. The building sits at the southeast corner of King and Shaw, and if you're familiar with the area, it's the building that has the Starbucks in it on the ground level. And it's located right next door to Massey Harris Park. And when we go inside the unit here in a sec, you'll see that you actually have a view of that park. In terms of public transportation, you literally have the King streetcar right outside your front door. Okay, so let's take a look at the actual property. Now, unit 122, as I mentioned earlier, is a 480 square foot studio condo. It has 9-foot ceilings. It's on the ground level, so you're gonna avoid the hassle of elevators whenever you come and go. And like I mentioned earlier, these windows here face east out onto Massey Harris Park. So you'll get plenty of natural light, especially in the mornings, and you have green space right outside your window. Now the floor plan is interesting here because they have this alcove where they put the couch, plus there's a defined area for the bed, and then over here there's a den area as well, which they are currently using as a dining space. But really there are a few options of how you could set the space up. Brand new laminate floors, stone countertops in the kitchen along with new appliances, and the unit offers a bunch of built-in storage. The annual property taxes for this property are just a bit over $2,200 in 2025, and the monthly maintenance fees are just a bit over $400. As far as amenities go, a few of the highlights: 24-hour concierge, a fully equipped gym, rooftop terrace with barbecues, and a party lounge. Okay, so if you're in the market for a condo in downtown Toronto right now, especially one of these condos under $400,000, and you want to work with an expert to create an action plan of how to go about doing that, you can book a call with me using that first link down in the description. Over here are a couple of other videos you're going to want to take a look at, and over here is a link to subscribe to this channel. That's it for now, and I'll see you next time.